What's going on, folks? It's KspadeTheProspect. I am back today with a brand new NBA 2K16 My Park gameplay. I'm rocking out on the PlayStation 4, man, so that means I got the homie Vladimir Johnson, the Black Russian, TBR, whatever you want to call him. You know that dude with the flat top that don't take no mess. Hey, Killer Crop. Hey, Killer. Hey, yo, Crop. Hey, yo, 5-1. Hey, we back, bro. Hey, my dude. Boy, if you don't get your... Anyway, what's going on, y'all? I got the homie Authentic 973 with me. He didn't name this character over here LaParis. He named this guy LaFrance. You know, that's what we do, man. We get a little bit of bread and we get brand new. But anyway, I'm going to probably be all over the place today, man. I want to talk a little bit about the gameplay you watching, but mostly, I want to talk about some of the recent NBA 2K17 news that's dropped, man. You know, we all be kind of fiending for news, so 2K like to spoon feed you the news. You know, they don't really just come out and give you the news. They just give you a crumb here and there. And a lot of times, this marketing plan, which I guess is working, this marketing plan causes chaos. When we get a little crumb here and there, people go crazy. The news come out and everybody dives so deep into when we don't have anything factual. Like, you get a snippet of info and everybody want to break it down and go all crazy with it. So I'm here to, ponder the question, are we just overreacting? As a gaming community, are we overreacting? So the first thing I want to say is I got a link to the article where I read this stuff. Somebody got a demo copy. They sat down with the 2K team and, this is kind of their impression. So who knows, man? You might play the game and get a completely different feel on this stuff than this person did. This is just his words. So, let's talk a little bit about it. The first area of concern for me, it gotta be the way they talked about revamping the fatigue system. Everybody know the fatigue system needed some type of tuning or revamping. I can't say everybody, that was my opinion on the matter, but this kind of concerns me. It says in previous years, your players would be low energy, they would be fatigued at the end of the game and they would get subbed out, but that's not the way it works in real life. Even though these players are tired, they still play well at the end of the game, and I'm hearing that like, uh-oh, what does that really mean? And then it says, instead of you having like this huge energy tank, it's like short-term energy burst and you can no longer sprint. It all sounds really good. I don't really know how it's gonna, translate. Once again, y'all, read that and just go, this could be good. And let's just wait. Like, people really spazzing out, man. I was reading some comments and people were saying stuff like, oh no, we're not gonna be like, wait a minute, surely I think you're gonna be able to sprint. Why would you not be able to sprint? Worst case scenario, you're gonna sprint slowly. I do think it should be some type of punishment for guys to just stay on the sprint. It is impossible. You can't do that. I mean, Ray Allen in his prime was considered one of the most physically fit guys. I don't mean like from a weightlifting standpoint. I mean endurance. I mean like from an endurance standpoint. Ray Allen could run and run and run. That's kind of what he built this game on. That's what made him special. That's not the only thing that made him special, but you know what I mean. So the next thing, let's go ahead and move on. I'll be checking the comment section, man. I want to see what you guys think about this stuff. Hopefully you guys are not overreacting, breaking the glass, pulling out the fire extinguisher. Not just yet, y'all. Let's just chat about it. Okay, so it also seems like there's been some tuning to dribbling. Now this right here, I think is much needed. How many times have we complained that you hit somebody with the ill crossover, but when you got ready to go by him, your guy would like stop? I don't know. I don't really know what caused that, but hopefully this fixes it. Even the part where he says in practice the dribble moves are harder to string together, they should be. I don't want somebody to just wiggle the stick and put together the illest dribble combination ever and get by me. I think this is all good news. How you could read this and come away with anything other than a smile on your face concerns me. Just give it some time. Let's wait and see what it does. It sounds really good. Defense and more importantly, defense of your teammates is something for me that made NBA 2K16 just stressful. Like, I didn't really jump into my team at all this year, so when I first started playing my GM mode, which was still somewhat late in the cycle, it was my first time kind of dealing with playing as an entire team. You guys know I prefer to play Pro-Am or my park, or even my career. My career not as much, but I like the modes where I play from one perspective. So jumping into this mode, I remember hitting up the homie LaParis like, yo, why do my players keep leaving they dudes? And he was like, yo, that's what it does. Like, the people who are really good at playing this way, they switch from person to person to put people back where they're supposed to be. So when I read this passage and the guy says, oh my God, look at Vlad. No, Vlad. Anyway, when I read this passage and I hear the guy say, you know, I would give up an open drive to the basket and my teammates would leave that guy to help. I think they was already doing that, fam. I don't know if that's new. It sounds good, kinda. This one somewhat concerns me. I just want to know how smart it is. Like, in some cases, I want my players, I want my teammates to be smart enough to know, yo, he messed up and we're giving up a wide open layup. But in this situation of the game, I would rather give up that wide open layup than this three-pointer. I don't want to leave JJ Redick wide open in the corner for the, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully it's smart. I want the help defense. I want smart help defense. That's the best help defense. Let's keep it moving now. Now I gotta admit to y'all, even this next topic, I had to check myself on. I just read this and I just thought, you know when you see the commercial where somebody had this thought bubble over their head and you can see what they thinking? Like, I had the thought bubble over my head and I was just seeing disaster. And I had to check myself. Hold up, look, Paris with the game winner.
Game over.
Get these boys up out of here, man. I've been running my mouth. I talked over a pretty good game. Them boys tried to fight back. They almost surprised us and came back and snuck us. But anyway, I ain't through running my mouth, so you guys get a whole nother gameplay. You get 2-part gameplays, me, LaParis, and King Jaden Randall. I don't know who he is. Anyway, let me get into this last one, and then after this, I promise I'll shut up a little bit. I probably won't, but we'll talk about something different. The last thing is the changes to the shot meter. A lot of people were saying that they like the shot meter. I know y'all have seen the gameplay footage. It looks similar, but instead of stopping it in the middle, you have to feel the entire meter. And if you feel it, it turns green, which we learned this past year that a green release, although they are more difficult to get, they don't always guarantee you making the shot. I don't agree with that. I mean, I don't know if I represent the majority on that, but I feel like if you're going to tell me that green releases are more difficult to get, then they should. I mean, I want them to be automatic within reason. If I if I'm a guard and I got a guy guarding me, like he's standing there in front of me with his hand up, then I don't think I should make that green release. But at the same time, I think if I'm guarded and I got a guy standing right in front of me, hands up, I don't think it should turn green. I don't think I should be able to make the meter turn green in that situation. I think if you get a green release, I think you should make it. That's just my opinion. But anyway, let's move on to this next thing. They was talking about aiming with the sticks. That just sounds scary as hell to me. They was saying it's a shot meter now on layups. And you know, when you shoot, you gotta aim with the sticks. If you don't pull straight back, it's a penalty for that. And the whole notion here is to create a gap between skilled players and unskilled players. Well, it sounds like they've been listening to one of my live streams. I've been complaining about the gap between skilled players and unskilled players being so minuscule. It don't look like a gap. It looked like a hairline fracture. It's like a little crack or something. You can't even really see it. So I want them to bring that back. I don't know if I want them to bring it back here though. Once again, I'm not gonna panic too much. I did. Ain't even gonna front. I panicked like hell when I read this, but I eventually talked myself off the ledge like I'm gonna try to do for you guys. So LG did confirm on Twitter that you still can shoot with the button. So here's what I'm thinking. In the past, if you wanted to, you could run to the basket, let off sprint, press X, and get you a layup animation. However, if you was a little more skilled, I'm not even gonna say more skilled, if you was a little more knowledgeable, or if you had a certain precision you wanted to have, you could use the stick and you could choose if you wanted to lay up on the left side of the cup or the right side of the cup. So I'm thinking it'll probably give you more options. At the same time, I'm a tad bit worried that when you're giving a person more options, you don't want to necessarily penalize him. I don't know. I'm all over the place with it. I can see some pro. I can see a little bit of con too, because I don't know that I ever pull the stick straight back. Now, for one, I don't use the sticks for shooting. Not necessarily. I use the sticks for step backs, even though you don't have to. I use them for step backs, I use them for Euros, I use them for floaters, and of course I use them for dunks and layups because I know, if I got a breakaway, I'm pulling back, I want to stunt. You know, if I got a layup and I got somebody chasing me, I might want to lay it up on the other side of the basket. And I kind of got this thing about reverse layups too. I kind of like doing reverses just because it makes the defender look stupid. So I like having that precision. I like having that control. I don't want to necessarily go to the basket, know that I want to lay it up on the left side of the cup, but maybe not pull right straight to the left perfectly and instead I lay it up off the bottom of the rim. Like that's the scary part of it. Then again, like I said, it may not be anything like that. So I don't want to panic too much, man. I just kind of want to talk everybody off the ledge. But at the same time, I want to hear y'all concerns and y'all fears as well because I got a few of my own. I'm trying to act like I'm cool under the collar, but you know, I'm over here reading some of this stuff like, I don't know. It was another thing. I don't know if I got the screenshot for it. If I don't, I'll add it. But it was another thing I read that said no longer can you run or reach through people's limbs. Now this sounds good, but this scares me because I know for a fact you can break the hell out of a game once you put physics in to the point where it's absolutely no clipping. With that, you got a lot of loose play, man. You got the ball going all over the place. We already got collision steals more than I feel like we should have them. But anyway, man, my video is over. I've given y'all 2 gameplays. I'm still running my mouth. I guess it is time for me to shut up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found it somewhat informative. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you heard today or what you saw today, I urge you to subscribe, fam. Become a member of the Wolf Pack. To me, they're the best supporters on the tube, and I want you to be one too. I'm out the next time, folks. Peace.